Hi, welcome to the second video in this small series on how to use the behavior tracker. This video is going to cover the charts, the graphs, and how you can easily read your data and change your data to make it to see what you want to see. And so the last video we went through the referral form, what it looks like, how to do it. Once you get the hang of it, it'll take you a couple of minutes to input these things. You can input them anywhere, anytime. Anyone can do it. Lunch monitors, teacher aides, bus drivers, you name it, they can do it. As long as they have access to the form, and you can share that in an email. All of the responses go to the tab here, which helps you to see everything in one place, and the administrators and the counselors can start following up with kids. So I'm going to show you one that has a lot more to it, a lot more responses. I think it's 16 in all. And then we're going to go to the charts. So you can see here there's 16 responses. They're all filled in, and my for charts is all filled in, sorted by major and minor. So in the folder, you will see something called behavior charts. And that brings you to this 3 blue lines, which is actually Google Data Studio, which is something that was created for advertising and website tracking, so you can track your clicks and your hits. But it's really useful to create really nice graphs and charts, which isn't apparent on this front page, but it will be soon. So the first page is the number of referrals, just raw data. You can see the number of minors and the number of majors, and this is for all time right now, and where they happen, what day they happen. The reason I left so much space here is because there's a possibility of 15 to 20 places, so I wanted to leave a lot of space for when they get filled in. The day of the week that they happen, the gender of the child, and the ethnicity of the child. Same thing for major. You can select your date range, so you only want to see January 1st to January 23rd. You can see that there's 2 minors and 2 majors. If you want to see until February 6th, you can see there's 7 and 8, so February 15th, now we have 7 and 9, because I was playing with the data and putting in February dates. Okay, so you go to the next page. I'm going to show you 3 pages now. So you have minors, right? And the first one here is a pivot table. And what a pivot table shows you is multiple data points in one layout. Right, that's all a pivot table is. And so a pivot table, in this case, shows you music room, and you can see that 2 students had negative behaviors in the music room, and you can scroll across and see exactly what they are. So disrespect and tardy. Right, and then in the bus, in the hallway, so with a lot more data, you would see music room with 20 kids, and cafeteria with 30 kids, and restroom with 4 kids, whatever it is, and you would see 1s, 2s, 3s, 10s, whatever they are in these columns. The next chart is the graph. So you have a nice bar graph here where it shows you where things are happening along the bottom, the number of referrals that have occurred, and in the colors it's the actual problem behavior. In the next chart, it is the percentage of minor referrals by problem behavior. So inappropriate language is 28% of your minor referrals, and then your number of referrals over the days, right? So throughout time. So this is 1 month span, January 9th to February 10th. And you can see for minor behaviors, we have 0 on the 9th, 0 on the 11th, and then on the 13th, on the 14th, we have none, and also on the 15th, we have 1, and the 16th, we have 1. Right, so with real data, you would see this up, and you'd be able to see spikes, and you'd be able to notice that on a certain day, maybe there's a pattern, it's every 4 days, or it's every 5 days, whatever the case may be. And you'd be able to tell. And down here you can see the inappropriate language, disrespect, defiance, tardy, and you can click this arrow to see the different ones. For majors, it's the same exact charts, except it just says majors up here. And these are all filtered properly so that you only see the major behaviors and the minor behaviors. So, the last thing I want to show you is that on all of these, they all have them. If I click through, you see every pivot table and every chart has the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 options, right? So let me go to the bar chart just so it's easier to see. And we can filter by problem behavior. So in the major problem behavior, we see disruption, defiance, noncompliance, fighting, physical aggression. So if I want to see just the fighting incidents and see where they are, I can see that they are in the gym and they're in the cafeteria. Now I want to see them all, so I click on this little minus sign right here so that it checks all. If I want to see just the third graders, I can see that they've had problems with the bus, the art room, and the gym. If I want to see just the location, so the cafeteria, I can see that in the cafeteria we've had 2 disruptions, 1 physical aggression, 1 disrespect, and 1 fighting. Now I want to see just kids who are Black or African American. Okay, so disruption and physical aggression. How does that compare to only Hispanics, disrespect, and fighting? Right, so I can see a lot of things. So that was filtered in a couple of ways, right? I can combine any of these filters, and I can select a date range. So I want to see all the behaviors between 1:1 and 1:30, and I want to see the perceived motivation of avoiding the activity, and I want to see bullying. Okay, happens on the bus. So you can see how it goes, down, down, down. The number of incidents decrease every time. And then I can just press refresh, and that resets all of the filters and brings me back to where I was. That is true on every one of these pages. So the pivot table works the same way. And the rows decrease, so you can see only cafeteria, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2 disruptions. Right? Or defiance, non-compliance. You can see the bus and the art room. These 2 kids had problems. All right, and just the female. Oh, that was on the bus. 1 issue. Right, so, and then I can press refresh, and it brings me back to the reset. So that's the charts. That's it. You can print all of these. They are automatically set to 8.5 by 11. They print with margins. They print pretty nicely. In fact, when you come over here to download, you can download as PDF all pages with some additional options if you want. And then just press download. It prepares the PDF. And then it will show the PDF, I believe, when it's done, or you have to open it. Either way, whatever your browser does. I'm using Chrome right now because everything is Google based, and since Chrome is their browser, it just works better. So there's my PDF, and you can see that it will print pretty nicely, actually. All right, so that'll look nice on the piece of paper. There's a little margin, right? So you'll be able to hand this out at a meeting, show people all the things you want them to see, and make your decisions based on your information. All right, I hope that's helpful, and use this. It gives you really powerful insights into what's going on.